What's good, peeps? It's your boy Eduard Todor. Now before we get into the main video, I was looking through my old channel, kind of where I have a lot of the, behind the scenes stuff from ages ago and just all the stuff from before. And I came across this video of me performing the Infinity Change back in like 2012 or something. And I remember I actually submitted it to dananddave.com back when dananddave.com was a thing. It was a magic website where you could kind of like, well, they used to sell magic there, and I hoped that I could, Dan and Dave were like my heroes, and I hoped, they liked it enough to basically, buy it from me. And I didn't even hear back from them. I didn't even get a reply. So to be here, 6 years later, 6, not 7, 6 years later, kind of producing my, basically promoting my own thing and having it be relatively successful is quite cool. So it's just, it's like I came kind of far from, I never would have expected 6 years ago to be like, yeah, no, you know what? Screw that. In 6 years' time, I'll have my own audience and I can, I'll be able to promote it myself. That's insane. So, yeah, thank you guys for the support. But anyway, today we're going to be reacting to this video that's been going around. I've been tagged in it multiple times. His name is Marc Spelmann. I've never heard of this guy, but apparently, based on the title, the first golden buzzer of 2018. So let's take a look. All right, I'll tell you what I think. Let's get into it.
I've always wondered, what would it be like to experience real magic? Well, 2 years ago, I did, and it changed me and my life forever. Amanda,
yes.
I'm going to ask you to give this Rubik's Cube a mix for me. Can you keep on mixing until I come back to you?
Yes.
Thank you. David, inside this box are 25 different coloured crayons.
Okay.
I'm going to give these a mix, and David, you're going to choose one, but without looking.
Interesting.
Just grab one at random. Hold it in your hand, David, but don't look at it. Keep it hidden.
All right.
Alicia, these cards belong to my daughter.
They're getting better at editing these magic scenes.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you to just touch the back of anyone. It doesn't matter which, but what is very, very important is that I don't do any sleight of hand. So I'll spread the cards like this, point to anyone that you like. Wow, right down the end.
Huh.
You hold out your hand for me. I'm going to place that card on the palm of your hand, genuinely the card that you touch. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. Amanda,
Interesting.
Yes.
you have mixed that cube
Yes.
into a completely unique pattern.
Yes.
Fair to say?
Uh-huh.
We'll get back to that
Okay. All right.
in a moment.
There's going to be 3 reveals, essentially.
I'm going to ask you to hold this pen in your right hand right here.
4 reveals.
You lower your wrist down, get comfortable. Yeah. Lovely. This book belongs to my wife. There are over 600 pages, around about 200,000 words in the book. Alicia, can I ask you to close your eyes for a moment? And just say the word stop.
Stop.
Simon, I'm going to hold the book above your pen.
Okay.
Amanda, can you say the word stop as I do this?
Stop.
Simon, can you bring the pen up to the page without looking and draw a small circle the size of a 5-pence piece? You don't have to be precise. I'm going to place the book down in front of you here, Simon. I'll take the pen. Can you do me a favour?
That's a very smart way of doing it.
Don't
I've
show
never
me,
thought about that before.
but have a look at where you've
I have
drawn
never
that
thought
circle.
about that.
Can you confirm that there is a word or words that you can see within that circle?
Yeah.
Yeah? There is? Wonderful. It's a good start. David, can you tell us what coloured crayon do you have?
Red.
The red crayon. Alicia, for the first time, what card did you choose?
Puppet penguin.
The puppet penguin. Amanda, very carefully,
Yeah.
can you just lift off the box so we can see the
All right, let's see.
pattern that you've created on the very top of that Rubik's Cube?
Interesting.
Now, if
So,
I told you
it's
that
quite
I
a
knew this
standard,
exact outcome yesterday, a week
prediction
ago,
routine
or a month
so far.
ago, you'd say, well, that was have to be magic. Some
would.
people would.
That is quite smart, the way he did a lot of them.
But it's not real magic. It's interesting, intriguing, maybe clever. Some might even say amazing, but it's not real magic. See, for me, real magic changed 2 years ago. This, to me, is real magic.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. jeez, here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of showing what, revealing the predictions in some way. And he's managed to make it really personal. That is cool. Alright, it's a cool reveal.
Wow! And Simon, that leaves just you. For the very first time, Simon, what is the word that you circled?
Hat.
Hat. H-A-T.
Yeah.
Simon, this is for you. Isabella, you beautiful little girl. If Daddy was going to do Britain's Got Talent in 2 years from now, what random word do you think Simon would think of? Hat. H-A-T. You could be right.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
That's cool. That's cool. I like that reveal. I like the reveal. Yeah. This is a multi-part analysis right here, because on one end he's a genius, and on the other end BGT and AGT and all these shows are geniuses, right? So let's get into it.
Absolutely.
It's crazy that they put this. Oh, here we go.
No pressure. You don't get him that. Come on. You got to. You don't have to vote. That doesn't need voting. Really?
Okay, so this is like a multifaceted analysis, right? On one hand, he was able to make a magic act personal and moving and emotional and touching, right? Through the experiences that he has had in his life, okay? And you cannot take that away from him. That was legit, right? Every single part of this was good. I mean, there was nothing crazy skill-wise in terms of the actual mechanics of how everything works. All the stuff that he did, could have been done by someone relatively inexperienced in terms of skill, like sleight of hand. However, the real skill was in scripting this whole routine, in the actual delivery, in the performance. Okay, so you cannot take that away from him. The pretty smart idea, having multiple choices. Okay, so the crayon, pretty simple concept. The card, again, a relatively classical way of getting something. Then you have, what else was there? The Rubik's Cube, and that's a more modern take, right? And the Rubik's Cube has been kind of making a big leap in magic in the last, I don't know, probably 5 years or something. More and more magicians are using cubes, and the Rubik's Cube magic is like a whole genre now. And then the Sharpie thing at the end was actually really smart. I never thought about that before. I never thought about using it that way. It's quite a genius idea, actually. But the delivery, okay? So on that sense, he was able to do everything right. He was able to do everything right. And that's why this was such a moving, a moving act, okay? Because you could get the exact same trick and have it performed by someone else, and they're like, well, on this piece of paper I had these written out, and it would still have the same effect, right? You still predicted those things, but it doesn't have that hook, that emotional hook, and that's what made his act really good. Now, See, on one end, you know, that's all well and good, and that's amazing, and you know, you cannot discredit Marc Spelmann in any way about this. But if we look at the AGT, BGT side of things, I mean, it's no longer about skill, okay? It's who has the best sob story, who has the most emotional, you know, who struggled the most to, you know, how can they market this in the most, you know, in the most emotional way possible to get the most amount of views. That's what AGT is about. And I don't blame him. That's what brings in the money, that's what brings in the views. But let's get it straight. It's not really a talent show. It's more of a drama TV reality show, okay? It's not a talent show. It's not who's the most talented. It's not, it's who can combine talent with an emotional drive, an emotional story that they can put behind something. So I've been talking to a few people that were either on AGT. Actually, I listened to or they're planning on going on AGT. I talked to Shin Lim about it, and he heard about the same stuff as I did, where they almost force you to try to make your story a bit more emotional, and you know, you have to say that if you don't make it this time, you're never gonna make it again, ever again. And it's like, dude, I'm already, you know, making money with magic. It's my job. How can I pretend like I'm about to? It's a make or break moment, you know? But so that's what AGT is about, and I think it reflected perfectly in this. But as you can clearly see, it worked. It's number 3 on trending. It's got 5.3 million views in 2 days. So it clearly works, right? The structure of trying to get that drama and talent mixed together. People like to see talent. People like to see drama. And, you know, people love it. So it works. But calling it a talent show is a little bit disingenuous because it's not really about the talent. The talent's almost less like on the back burner. And the story and how they can promote you is the number one thing. But that's not to take anything away from Marc Spelmann. It was a really, really good performance. And, you know, again, I mean, I'm sorry that all those things happened to his daughter and to his family. And, you know, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But he kind of made the best out of a bad situation. He took his life experience, put it into and conveyed it through a magical act, and that's very, very, very hard to do. I'm in the process of writing some acts right this moment. Actually, I'm writing a kind of a stage act, and it's not easy. It really isn't. And anyone who tells you it is, they don't do magic professionally, or they've never been paid with magic to do magic. There's so many kids online that are going to be talking shit about how easy this was and revealing everything, and anyone could do it. Well, then you go and do it. Right? It's not easy. Writing the scripts, coming up with a way to convey that, you know, setting everything up, that's not easy. And then performing it the way he did, very relaxed, on a big stage, kind of, you know, making sure that everything goes right. There's many areas where he could have been heckled, okay? He could have been, you know, so all those things just went right. All those things were great. He did great. That's all I can really say about that. Wish him all the best. But yeah, AGT, BGT, not really talent shows, but hey, great performance anyway. That's really about it for me. I knew I had to make a reaction video to this because everyone was hitting me up about it, so why not throw one out? But yeah, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video, do leave a like, subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And as always, mad respect, much love, stay lit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!